Are your Dris Bowl podcasts leaving you with a lot to be desired? Do their hosts wear too many hats, or in some cases, too few? Well, look no further. You found the right place. Welcome to the first episode of
Rankings. Rankings. Rankings.
Rob Faye's Power Rankings.
Well, how are you getting on? This is the first episode of Rob Faye's Power Rankings. It's going to be a weekly Dris Bowl feature. Hopefully. It's going to be poorly researched. A lot of what you hear here is going to be wrong. So just a few housekeeping notes for the top of the show. The Power Rankings are going to be loose. You're going to be flowing like a body of water. You're not going to... it's not going to be based solely on record, because what would be the point? We just look at who's the most wins, who's the most losses, and that's the power rankings. So it's not going to be done like that. It's going to be done on basically what your potential is coming out of the previous weeks, and what you're looking like, what your shape of your team is coming into the next week, and different factors. Your record will come into it, but in general, like, I know Danny's going to bitch about it. If you're 2-0, it doesn't put you automatically ahead of someone who is 1-1 or even 0-2. As you'll find out in the power rankings. A little sneak peek. I'm just going to get into it. One thing that you kind of unearthed a lot of interesting factors, kind of little tidbits and that type of thing when you're doing a lot of research. And the Luther shit. Get your act together, boys. Danny's top that league. Come on now. John got a win. Grow up. So, I'm just going to go straight into it. So, number 10 is, to no one's surprise, Shauna. I'm sorry, Shauna. It had to be done. It's not really your fault. You drafted well. It's just injuries and players just not playing are banging you. Like, once Lev Bell comes back and Joe Mixon, like, you're good. Shady looks good, even though he's kind of injured at the minute. You got Cam Newton, could be your saving grace. So Shauna is currently the least points scored of all the teams in the Dris Bowl. She's 10th with 137 points, and she's got the 8th most scored against her, so she should be doing better. She's got D-Hop, could be a saving grace also, along with Cam Newton. And she's got Jordan Reed, he's good. Like, I think Shauna's team will be okay. Not mad at Damandola, but you gotta rely on someone in the meantime. She's playing John this week, and I think she's gonna win. John's not gonna be happy with that, but fuck him. So Shauna is currently bottom of the Luther, I believe. So Shauna's number 10. Number 9 is Connor. Connor is also 0-2. He's in the stringer. He's the worst team in the stringer at the moment. He's got the 9th most points scored, 169. But he's got the 4th most points scored against him. So Connor's a little bit unlucky, but also, his team's pretty trash. He's got injuries to his two good running back. He's got Devonta Freeman injured, and he's got Jay Ajayi injured at the moment. Oh my god, this website is trash. Aaron Rodgers' injury is kind of looming over him a little bit too. That could be bad for him. He needs to get healthy. He could really use Devonta Freeman coming back. Jay Ajayi was a nice pickup from Martin. Traded Allen Robinson for Jay Ajayi. I think there was probably another player involved in that there. We got Antonio Brown and D-Jax. I think this is his first week starting D-Jax. Connor, what are you doing? You should have been playing D-Jax all along. We all knew that. Could have told you that. He's playing me this week, and he's definitely going to lose. Number 8. This is what I mean about the rankings. Here we go. So when you get into the thick of it, Martin's 0-2. Does he deserve to be here? Maybe. Does Richie deserve to be here as 0-2? I don't think so at all. Does John deserve to be here at number 8? Definitely. 173 points scored. That's the 8th worst in the league. And he's only got 154 points scored against him. That's the 9th best in terms of it's the easiest schedule. He's 1-1. So he could be, I think he feels a little bit lucky to do that. He's playing Shauna this week. Who knows how that's going to do? Go. Well, I just predicted Shauna to win that, so. That's the Dirt Bowl, by the way. two of the worst teams playing each other in the same week. Picked up Larry Fitz, nice pickup. He also picked up Dan Bailey, who got signed by the Vikings, getting $2 million a year, pretty good. Golden Tate and Tyler Lockett, not to be poo-pooed at all. If he loses to Shauna, he's definitely going dead last. That might give Shauna some comfort. But if he gets 2-1, then that's pretty good. That's some good moving and shaking for no picks in the first 3 rounds. So 172 points scored, 153 points scored against. Get your act together, bro. You trash. Now, so some people are going to say that I was kind to Martin, but I'm not going to be. So Martin, just Pip and John in terms of points scored, 179 points scored. You can really use AP. He's traded away a lot of his running backs. He had Dalvin Cook and he had J.J. for a very brief stint. I don't think J.J. didn't field for the Crusaders at all. So you can really use AP to be good. He's got Melvin Gordon, Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey, if he was in PPR, I mean, Martin would have won hands down, no bother, every single game. I think Allen Robinson was a nice pickup, but I think the price is a little bit too high. I think he'd tell you that himself. He's got Andrew Luck and Carson Wentz in there. It's interesting. Josh Gordon, the Patriots, who knows, could be literally a wide receiver 1, and then you're pairing that with Allen Robinson and Emmanuel Sanders. That could be really nice. He's got Laddie Murray this week. I think Laddie Murray's a mustache. He's a mustache for the rest of the year. He's also got 2 defenses on his team. Say what you will. Martin just coming off a flurry of trades. I think he needs his team to pick up. He's playing Dell this week, and I think he's going to win. So Martin's number 7. Number 6, Dell. Now, in terms of points scored, Dell should be lower. Dell's only got 173 points, which is the same as John. But a few factors have pushed Dell up into that 6th spot there. The fact that he's 2-0, really nice. Well done, Dell. A lot of people, it's easy to get lost in Dell's, what would you call it, reliance on the Patriots. But then you look a little bit deeper and he's got Zeke and he's got Keenan Allen and he's got Sammy Watkins to add to Tom Brady and Gronk, and that's muy caliente. And Marvin Jones also, he's injured at the moment, but he's a great player. Dell is a lucky son of a bitch. He's got the easiest schedule anyone has in the Dris Bowl. Only 125 points scored against them, with 173 points on the board. It's a good margin. So Dell can feel a little bit lucky. I think he's going to lose to Martin this week, though, so we'll see. It's a good matchup, though. That brings us to number 5. This person could be higher. The only thing stopping him from being higher is his record. Now, Danny's going to get mad at me. But I think Richie should be ahead of Danny. But he's not. So Richie's in there at number 5. He's got 219 points scored. Blows away anybody else in the Luther. If he was in the Luther, he would be 2-0. Richie can feel really hard done by being 0-2. He's got the toughest schedule in the Dris Bowl. 253 points scored against him. That is the most out of anybody. 219 points scored is very good. So I think Richie can feel a little hard done by being where he is. In terms of the power rankings, I think that's good. 0-2, that's the best you're going to get up there, number 5. He's got Ryan Fitzmagic. That could tell you what, if he plays Baz, I think Fitzmagic is going to beat out Mahomes whatever week they play. Lock that in. He also has got Carlos Hyde to add to serious wide receiver core. Julio Jones, Stephon Diggs, and T.Y. Hilton. That is very good. He's got Will Disley, Montana Strong, Uncle Will. That is literally his nickname, Uncle Will. Look it up. Richie, toughest schedule, 0-2. Just goes to show you how good the string is at the moment. How can you score 219 points and not have a win? Richie is playing... Shit. Richie's playing Danny this week. I think Richie's going to do it, Danny. I think Richie's going to give you your first loss. I think Richie's going to get off the board this week. He deserves it. That brings us to number 4. 2-0, Daniel Thompson at number 4. 100% is going to give me shit about this, but you don't deserve to be that high, Danny. The only reason you're that high and the only reason you're in it is because the Luther is getting off to a seriously slow start and isn't great at the moment. You got 183 points, which is 5th best. Actually, Owen did all this for me because I'm terrible at maths. It's the 5th best in the league, and he rounded up to 184, so he's been generous. You've had the 7th easiest, hardest schedule, 179 points scored against you. 7th easiest schedule, but you got a nice team. I'm jealous. Got David Johnson, Kareem Hunt, and Mike Evans. When you just read out that top three, that's super nice. And then on your bench, you got Murray Cooper and Alex Collins, who are not even playing, so that's some nice depth. I like Mike Williams too. I know you're going to give me shit for being 4th, but it's good. You don't got a lot of points on the board. Playing Richie this week, I think he might lose. Literally wrote big fan of Danny's team. I think Tevin Coleman is stashed for the year. Danny too, very like Laddie Murray. Anytime Devonta Freeman's down, you can just play him. He's an automatic start, so that's nice. It's a nice depth.
Lamza. It's fucking Cronenberg. Cobra. What do they all have in common? They're all shite. Drink Bav. Like a fucking commissioner would.
Okay, full disclosure. I have no control over the focus on this thing. The screen is facing away from me. I apologize. Top 3. Y'all gonna be mad. I'm number 3. Fuck y'all. Both points scored and points scored against, which means I've had the 3rd toughest schedule and I've got the 3rd most points scored. Put in context, me and Richie scored the same amount of points, actually 219 each. I've had 231 scored against me. Richie's had 253. That's what I mean about Richie being unlucky. I have the 3rd highest points, the 3rd toughest schedule. I'm not going to talk too much about my team. Y'all can bitch all you want. It's great. I'm going to beat Connor this week. Jordan Howard, Kirk Cousins, James Conner, C1000 is that what we're calling him, the big C, Yahweh, ODB, Keelan Cole, that one-handed grab, Evan Engram, and then bevy of wide receivers to put in my flex. Brandon Cooks, Will Fuller, Jarvis Landry, not even getting a look in. Dalvin Cook taking a knee this week against the Bills. Gio Bernard, Isaiah Crowell, and Philip Lindsay all down there as depth. And the Randy Bullock spearheading us to victory every week. It's a good team, a lot of depth, nice mix of wide receivers and running backs. Kirk is going to go off a lot of weeks, probably carry me to a victory. And like I said on the Con Man Mo Carl podcast, shout out for you boys. A lot of it relies on Eli Manning. I forgot his name just there because he sucks ass. Their O-line is terrible. Not a lot of protection, but he looks like a statue and he's got the vapors. If he can start finding ODB and Evan Engram, then this team is going to be a contender, I think. So that brings us to the top 2. Oh, did I say I'm playing Connor this week? Probably like 5 times. I'm going to beat you, Connor. So that brings us to the top 2. There's an arse here that splits these teams. And the reason being is that Baz drafted really, really well. He's number 2. He's got to be. Michael had, his picks just get him up there. He's got the points to prove it. Baz has scored 240 points, 2nd most in the league. He's got really tough schedule. I think it's the 5th most points scored against someone, 211 points. Bet me last week by just over 20 points in a monster week. But he's got that Patrick Mahomes and that Tyreek Hill stack. It's just unbeatable. And then you got Juju Smith, Adam Thielen, Alvin Kamara, Lenny, Zach Ertz. And he's got Deshaun Watson waiting in the wings. Depth leaves a little bit to be desired. He's got Corey Clement, who I told him to pick up last week. I boned myself. He's got Aaron Jones, who could be a really nice stash. And a good pick. Jordan Wilkins. I mean, is he the one in Indianapolis? Doesn't matter. Probably not. Kenny Galladay, Smooth Roots Galladay. I think you got to hold on to him for the year, but it's a squadron of wide receivers out there, and the Lions will see how they do against the Pats today. And then you got Robbie Woods, who I hope takes cover off Brandon Cooks all year. So we got the battle atop the lofty heights of the Dris Bowl this week. Baz versus Michael, 2 juggernauts slugging it out, and I think Baz wins this week. Really do. I think he's going to go 3-0 and Michael's going to go 2-1. Meltdown City. But Michael is number 1. He's your number 1. He scored the most points, 276 points. His team is just stacked. And say what you will, the man, everybody said he wasn't deep enough. He dug a few more inches, got his head above water. His bench is looking a bit nicer. He's got Mark Ingram waiting to come back. Calvin Ridley, I like him. the second year, I think he's second year wide receiver of Atlanta. Matt Breida is nice. The league's rushing leader, just above Philip Lindsay, who would have guessed it. Austin Eckler is a nice little pickup. Devontae Adams just sitting on your bench, Michael. Absolute affluence of players at every position. He's starting Sony Michel this week. It's a ballsy call, and I like it. He's got Travis Kelce, who could just win you a week by himself. AJ Green could win you a week by himself. Michael Thomas could do the exact same thing. And Saquon Barkley, who knows? But then you got Todd Gurley and Russell Wilson. So fantasy-wise, Michael, your team is stacked. You're a little bit lucky. I don't think it would have mattered, but 192 points scored against you. That is the... what does that even say? I think it's the sixth easiest schedule, but I don't think it would have mattered anyway. Michael, you're going to get lucky a few weeks, but it's hard to see you not getting to the playoffs. You're number 1 this week, but if Baz beats you this week, which I think he will, then you're going to number 2. I'll tell you that much right now. I know it's late this week, right on game day. Hopefully I get it up before the games. Just recording this now at 26. I'm going to pick up John now. I'm going to head some food into me. I'm going to hopefully edit it in John's house. Let me know what you think. Give me all the shit you want. I don't give a fuck. Sorry for the blurry images. I'm number 3. Deal with it.
Rankings.
Rob Fizz Power Rankings.